Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're taking a super focused deep dive into something that, well, it looks kind of basic at first glance, but honestly, it actually represents an absolute masterclass in functional design. I'm talking about the perfect corn peeler. We're going to break down exactly how, and more importantly why, this single little kitchen gadget completely solves an age-old culinary annoyance. But before we get to the solution, let's frame the problem. How do you get perfect corn kernels off the cob without creating an absolute mess? If you spent any time cooking, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. You stand an ear of corn up on a cutting board, you grab your best chef's knife, and you slice down. And what happens? It's a disaster. Half the kernels fly completely across the counter, they bounce onto the floor where you'll, inevitably step on them 3 days later. And the ones that do manage to stay on the board, they're usually sliced right down the middle, so you lose all those delicious juices. It's chaotic, it's incredibly wasteful, and frankly, it's just frustrating. You want fresh corn, for sure, but you definitely don't want the kitchen explosion that usually comes with it.
Okay, let's dive into this. What we're looking at here is the definitive corn peeling solution, caught right in the middle of the action. Just notice the sheer volume of corn being completely and effortlessly stripped away in one single smooth motion. We aren't just picking off a couple kernels at a time here. This tool is literally plowing through the corn, lifting it so cleanly away. It's deeply satisfying just to watch, isn't it? We're going to spend the rest of our time today unpacking everything happening in this exact moment, because there is some brilliant engineering hiding in plain sight.
Moving right along to Section 1, Anatomy of the Peeler.
Notice the specific geometry of the blade here. Look really closely at the metal edge digging into the corn. You'll see it is not flat. It features this sweeping curvature that perfectly mimics the actual circumference of the cob itself. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why a standard, straight kitchen knife fails where this tool absolutely succeeds. A straight knife tangles with a round surface. That means it either cuts way too deep into the tough, woody core, or it shaves way too shallow, leaving half your food behind. But this crescent-shaped blade, it literally hugs the natural curve of the vegetable. It is purpose-built to glide right along that sweet spot, making absolutely sure no kernel is left behind.
The design also dictates a really clear, dynamic sequence of actions. Just think about the physical mechanics happening right here. Step 1, you align that specially curved blade against the top of the ear. Step 2, you simply push straight down. And Step 3, you strip whole, perfect rows of kernels all in one go. It's essentially acting like a giant zipper. Instead of the repetitive, kind of dangerous chopping motion you'd use with a knife, you're using a single continuous downward glide that leverages your natural pushing strength. It's totally ergonomic, and it's incredibly fast.
Next up, Section 2, the 304 Stainless Standard.
Notice that prominent, circular badge down in the corner? It contains Chinese text, which translates perfectly to Quality Assurance 304 Safe Stainless Steel. So the really crucial point here is that this isn't just some arbitrary marketing fluff. This is the manufacturer's explicit, stamped promise of material quality. They are putting a badge of honor right there to communicate exactly what kind of tool you're holding in your hand. But why does that specific number, 304, actually matter to you when you're cooking? Well, 304 stainless steel is globally recognized as the gold standard for food-grade kitchenware. When you are pushing a tool through wet, acidic, juicy vegetables like corn, lesser metals are going to pit, rust, or corrode over time. That's unhygienic and it ruins the blade. By explicitly claiming 304 safe stainless steel, the design ensures real anti-corrosive longevity. It basically means this gadget is going to survive the dishwasher, it's going to survive endless summer corn boils, and it's going to remain completely food safe for years to come. It's a rock-solid guarantee of durability.
Which brings us to Section 3, Efficiency in Action.
The visual evidence of this gadget's success is just undeniable. First, look at the extracted corn itself. The kernels are completely intact and totally uncrushed. They keep their perfect little square shapes, which means the juices haven't been squeezed out by blunt force. Second, look at the contrast right underneath the blade. It's a completely clean scrape. It leaves the cob completely bare, revealing that empty honeycomb texture without ripping out chunks of the tough core. Third, just count the rows. We're seeing 3 to 4 rows of corn being removed simultaneously in just a single pass. And finally, notice the thumbs softly resting on the cob down there. That implies a totally effortless one-handed grip to stabilize the corn, while the other hand just does the pushing. The sheer efficiency of the whole shebang is incredible. Which brings us to our final thought today. Based on the brilliant, purpose-driven design we've just uncovered, I've got to ask, is it time to upgrade your own kitchen toolkit? We so often just accept the frustration of using the wrong tool for the job simply because, well, it's what we already have sitting in our drawer. But when you see how a specifically engineered curvature, combined with high-quality 304 stainless steel, can completely eliminate the mess, save you time, and actually preserve the quality of your food, it really makes you reconsider your entire workflow. Next time you find yourself battling a cob of corn with a chef's knife, remember the anatomy of this perfect little solution. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. Stay curious, keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.